Hi, most of you guys know me. I'm Michael. I'm up there usually doing stuff. Sometimes I'm down there. Sometimes I'm over there. So I'm running for clerk, historian, and PR. A couple of qualifications that I think I have. I'm in leadership for marching band. I'm the section leader for the Low Reeds 2 years now. I'm also in the Warrior Athletic Leadership Team. Job-wise, I work for my mom's web design company, and I do video editing and web design there, so I have tech background. And I run my dad's social media for his company, so social media background there. I'm well-versed in the booth. I can do everything up there, generally pretty consistently. I like to think I'm good at communication. I'm easy to get along with, hopefully. You guys agree. I work mostly with adults in my jobs, so I'm good at communicating with lots of ages and over the internet, so I can, even not in person, I'm still good at that. That is, how much time am I at?
You're at 108.
108? Okay, well, I'll keep it short and sweet then. Vote for me.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. Hi, I am Bennett. I have been in this department for about a year and a half now. And I really enjoy my time here. I enjoy being in the presence of all of you. And I would like to make sure that next year that we have a good year in a transitional period. I would like to run for PR because I want to help communication between perhaps the innermost workings of the department and all of you. I don't have the qualifications Michael does. I'm going to be clear about that. That doesn't mean that I don't think I can do this. I would not be here if I didn't think I could do this. Hey man, we're not always great at thinking things right off the bat. One thing I want to do as PR is just give more coverage to more things in theater, give more coverage to the people, to our other schools that are doing other theater things that we normally don't cover quite as much as. Give more reminders about the shows that are upcoming instead of just a few weeks before. And generally just theater events around the city, because I think that those are worth your time and knowledge. What time am I at?
A minute and a half.
Minute and a half. Sure.
My name is Delaney Ryan. I'm a sophomore going into my junior year. The positions I'm running for are treasurer, clerk, and secretary. I've been involved in almost everything since my freshman year. Outside of theater, I'm dedicated to my academics and work really hard in school. My junior year will also be my final year in the Global Scholars Program here at North. I love and care about this department deeply, and that's why I would like to be on the 2023-2024 Drama Club board. Next year is going to be a little tough because of the transitions in directors, and I would like to be here to help support and guide everyone through this transitional period. Another thing that I wish to do while on the board is to help grow and promote the club even more. Theater and drama club are a very special thing, and everyone should experience it at least once. I hold myself to a very high standard, and my goal is to do the best I can to support everyone in the troupe, especially the incoming freshmen. I believe myself to be a very responsible person, which is why I think I'm best suited for the roles of treasurer, clerk, and secretary. The treasurer has to be very responsible and trusted by others to handle the funding for the troupe. Many people in my life believe me to suit both of these, or have both of these qualities. My strong suit in school is math, and I feel like I would be able to do a good job budgeting our funds. I think I would also be a good match for the position of clerk as well because I have good understanding of Google spreadsheets and I have good communication skills in order to communicate between Kristen and the directors for all the points and everybody about the thespian points. For the position of secretary, I think I would do a great job because of my note-taking and organizational skills. I have known since my freshman year that after seeing the board organize and plan things, that I would absolutely love to be a part of it. And that dream has been even more enforced by getting to see this year's board and all that they have done. I hope you consider voting for me, because I promise it won't be a mistake. Thank you all for your time. Hello,
my name is Theodore and my pronouns are he, him. This election I am running for Vice President, Secretary, and Historian. For the roles of Secretary and Historian, I possess many qualifications. As the current Secretary, I have experience in the position, and throughout my time as Secretary, I've developed a digital organization system which has been effective through this school year. And for Historian, I have photography experience, I make killer slideshows, and I've also, oh boy. Yeah, and I've also demonstrated leadership through being selected as the North representative for the Hobie Leadership Conference last year, and being selected as my advisory's representative for the Vice Principals Committee. I hope you would consider me for the role of Vice President. I would consider myself a seasoned veteran of this department. I participated in every show at North except for the radio show my freshman year, as I was already in the winter play and they did not allow me to participate. That was just because, yeah, anyways, that's not really relevant. Having attended a total of 33 circle ups and 12 closing of shows, I would say I have an in-depth knowledge of the traditions surrounding our department, as well as valuing the preservation of those. I am also a frequent representative of the department, as I make it a priority to support and build bonds with thespians in the other two schools, as well as attending performances put on by the schools in our district, and my attendance through the Ohio Thespian Conference this year. Having worked on the board, I have a practical knowledge of and have participated in the process of planning cast parties. I can't forget to mention that I'm excellent at making reservations. Most importantly, I have board experience. In the upcoming year, we as a department are facing a lot of changes, and having someone with experience being on the officers' board can be a large factor in the success of this transition. The Vice President handles a lot when it comes to communication and preservation of traditions, and those aspects of this job will be very important this year. I believe that if I am chosen, I will demonstrate a positive transition through this experience. Thank you so much.
Okay. My name is Daniel Hamilton Dewey. This is the fun part of every speech where I throw out all the bullet points I spent 4 hours writing. But I'm going to start with my experience, I guess. I have been involved with every show except for the most recent radio show in some way, be it cast or crew. Unless I missed something, I have done my best to be involved with everything except that, because I just needed a week off before Band Geeks. But yes, I've been as involved as I can with this department, and I really care about it, and seeing, all of you grow as people and this department grow and do crazier and crazier things. I've been in a leadership position in marching band for 2 full seasons, and we already got the list for next season, and I'm still on that team, so I have however many years you want to count that of experience working with them on a team somewhat similar to this board, and that is also experience leading and helping kids, which if I get any of the positions I'm running for, I would hope to get a chance to do. I want to use this position to help as many people as possible on their, not career, but journey through theater at North. We are very lucky to have a good department at this school for the past however many years, and I don't think we realize that all the time, but I want to ensure that this program continues to be a safe place for every student of North to come and express themselves. If they find that joy on the stage or in the booth, in a wing, scene shop, music pit, or dressing room, I want to make sure this program can keep fueling that joy as much as possible. So while the ballot will say I am going for Vice President, PR, and Historian, really this whole next campaign is just for PR, because that's what I care about the most. That's what I had the most to say about. I believe that the PR position should be doing much more than it has in the past. That's absolutely not the fault of the people who have fulfilled it. It has just not done as much as I think it could do, and that's, been the expectation. I think it's been limited by its time and its availability. I want more short form content on TikTok and Instagram, stuff that will bring in new fans of Westerville North Theater when they see it to come see our shows. I want better advertisements on there. A good advertisement doesn't just tell people the product exists. We can't just tell them we're having a show. We need to convince them that they want or need to come sit in these chairs and see us perform. Especially next year when people will have every reason and excuse to doubt our program and the quality we can output. We need to convince people that we are still good and we still have all we've had. I want to get short form content to re-uploaded on YouTube too. Instagram and TikTok stuff re-uploaded as shorts, and YouTube community posts for the members of our theater who aren't allowed to use TikTok or Instagram, so they're not left out and we aren't constantly sending them links so they can view stuff. I want to work with the boosters to get more and better advertisements up on Facebook, as a majority of our audiences that aren't family and friends of us do actually come from there. And I'm cut off now, so please consider me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Parker Caney, and I'm running for Vice President, President, and Secretary. I am sad I cannot officially be at the meeting today, but I will not flush $40 down the drain because a physics trip got moved to a day earlier. So, as a rising senior who spends nearly all of his time working towards this theater's betterment, simply as someone who cares about theater, I think I would make a great addition to the theater board this upcoming year. I have been dedicated to this theater troupe for the past 3 years of my life, and I think I have proven, both on stage and off, that I care about this department a lot. Primarily, as the position I most want, as your 2023-2024 Vice President, I would strive to make the whole theater feel included. There are, of course, traditions that I wouldn't change at all, timeless things set in place years before I got here and ones that I hope remain years after I leave. But I know there are traditions over the past few years that have been changing more frequently, and having interacted with almost every person in this department when I get the chance, I have heard that there are some things that people are not the biggest fans of. At the start of the next year, it would be my plan to have a Google form with every tradition that could possibly call for some changes and get the whole department's view on the subject, as something that affects everyone for possibly years to come shouldn't come down to just one person or even the 7 on the theater board. Another thing I would like to do is plan more troupe outings outside of seeing other people's shows. One thing I specifically have in mind is outings for cast bonding experiences, something I know that we could have benefited from a lot this year. I'm very loud, something generally good to be a vice president, but a fact about me that I'm sure most of you already know. Now, I am in marching band, an activity that may conflict with our fall show nights next year. The chances, from what I understand, are pretty high that I actually will not miss a show night, as our first show will likely be later in the year, possibly the time that marching band and football are over. But if I have to miss 1 or 2 show days, my plan is to FaceTime one of the members of the show, as I'm sure I would have most of your phone numbers, and run circle up through that, possibly with some of the marching band seniors at my side, as I'm sure a lot of them would have worked on Build Crew for the show, as that's what we love to do, and have them giving them the opportunity to have a senior speech. Now, if I was your president next year, I would strive to lead the board in a successful and efficient manner, which I know is important to any successful organization. Knowing that our officers will consist of most likely a lot of marching band kids would be a main thing I would take into account when planning meetings both for the troop and just for the officers. I have very good people skills, and I am very familiar with many people in the department and on the booster board, something that would help me at meetings both with students and with adults. And finally, as secretary, I always like to think of myself as a welcoming face in the theater. I make it a point to get to know everyone I can, and being at the front of every drama club meeting would indeed make that easier. Also, having taken many notes and writing-focused AP and engineering classes, I am no stranger to taking notes for hours on end. I think that's everything I have to share, so thank you for listening, and I hope you vote for me. Thank you.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm Elise Nelson, and I'm running for PR. So I am on the younger side, which I know can be a turnoff, but I am quite qualified for this job. I have like 5 little points that I'm going to share because I wanted to condense my thoughts. So, number 1, I am quite artistic, and I have worked a lot on projects using Canva and Procreate, which are design programs often used in this PR role. Number 2, I work well when I have external expectations, and I consistently deliver materials and assignments on time. I think my grades reflect that a little bit, not to brag. But number 3, I have lots of experience planning and being in charge of week-long activity-filled camps in the past. I planned and carried out these camps with a group of 3 other girls to 22-ish other girls around my age and many adults, so I have learned to be good at listening to a lot of other ideas and how to work well with adults. Number 4, depending on the plan the new director has for how publicity is run next year, I would love to be a part of that process, and it would be more efficient as I would have all the designs and could easily post and distribute them to anywhere they needed to be. 5, I have been around this kind of job for 3-ish to 4-ish years, as my mom and sister have had this role or have worked closely with the position holders in the past, and I have a pretty solid idea of what the workload and commitment it takes to be PR. And although social media is a huge part of being PR, I believe building relationships with other people outside of our troop is just as important because it boosts confidence and unity within our department and others as well, like South, Central, and any other schools around Ohio, like Bellevue. I love Bellevue. Or even beyond theater troops, like in other companies in Westerville or groups. I have brainstormed some ideas like snippet performances and other troop outings I think would be beneficial to this movement that I would plan to bring to the new director and board if I have your vote for PR this next year. Thank you.
Right. Hi, I'm Jacob. For those of you who don't know me, I think I know everyone here. But so I'm going for treasurer and clerk. I may have signed up for clerk. I don't remember. I'm mainly going for treasurer. I've been a part of this theater department since Disney Review now, and I've been a part of practically every show except the radio shows. But yeah, I really care about this department. I think it would be helpful, especially during a transitional period into a new director like this, to have someone like me who's knowledgeable about all the crew stuff and everything on the board, and to help with that aspect of things, tech stuff. Yeah. I also think I would be good for specifically treasurer because I'm really good at math. I'm far ahead in math. I'm going into Calc 2 and 3 next year. And I can do pretty basic enough math for the treasurer position. But yeah. And I feel like I can research things well enough to know when we have money for stuff and when things are too expensive. Because, yeah, as I've been told, there have been talks of a cookie cake that would be way too expensive. Stuff like that. And, yeah. Yeah, that's all my main points.
Hi, I'm Giovanna. I think you guys all know me. I'm applying for the clerk, secretary, and PR positions. I think the drama club is a great way to introduce people to the program, and I want to be there to welcome people the way that former board members have done to me. I'm also seeking a deeper involvement in theater. Being on the board is a perfect way for me to contribute further. This will be my 3rd year in marching band. I've done 2 full seasons, and as a veteran member in marching band, which means you've had at least 1 year of experience, you're expected to be a welcoming face to the new members, to encourage them to come back, and to lead them in anything that they need help with. Especially in color guard, that includes teaching people the fundamentals of dance and our flag work, and overall just being encouraging and helping them along with anything that they need. I've also worked with our GSA this year. We actually got a new director closer to like the middle of this school year, so that was a big change for us. I think it'll be applicable to next year when we get a new director. I've helped plan the dine out nights that we've had, and oh god, what else? I'm like cobbling together my application and a different speech that I wrote. I'm very passionate about theater. Since doing run crew for Little Mermaid my freshman year, I realized that I found my passion, my safe space, and a group of lifelong friends. Everyone in this program is incredibly talented and hardworking, and I really hope that I will get this chance to work with my peers and to help the theater out. Thank you.
I'm running for, what am I saying? I forgot, I am, sorry. I am running for PR, again, historian, and secretary. Why you should vote for me is because I'm a funny guy. I enjoy theater a lot, and I'm determined to build it up because I like you all, and I also am like really confident in my skills. I'm actually really creative. I like to write and I like to draw, and also like most of you have seen my like Instagram stories and posts, and I am very family friendly when it comes to that. So PR is a good option. No, it's just super easy for me to take because like I'm really good at writing them down, and I'm really good at like making mental reminders. When it comes to online stuff, I'm very friendly. I already wrote that down. I already said that. You should vote for me because USA, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why I wrote that down. I wrote things down in a hurry, but vote for me because...
I'm Ashton Lehman. Drama club and theater have been very important to me this year, and I know this is my first year doing it, but it has been crucial to my growth and allowing me to fully become who I am now. And with the transition of our new director to our new director, I would love for me to do the same thing that it did to me, help it grow and flourish. Not that it's already great in so many ways, and it's amazing. Mostly, theater itself is very important to me, and being in a leadership position would help me grow in my personal career. And I've also been in leadership positions before through volunteering in community centers. I've also, I've committed a lot to theater. I've done all 4 shows this year, except for the radio show, due to personal reasons. And a lot of this I would want to, I'm going for secretary mostly, because I believe I have a lot of charisma in that way, because I didn't join theater last year, and most of you know me and hopefully like me. And I think that should say a lot of, the type of person I am and how I can communicate. I've been in all shows this year. I've done crew, and as I keep saying, this is very important to me. And wanting to help this department be just amazing and like it is now. And that's it. Vote for me.
All right, so my name is Nicholas Rentschler. I think I've met a majority of you, if not most of you here, and I have been in a little bit before I talk about the theater. I have been in mock trial for about 2 years now, possibly coming up on my 3rd. I've been in the marching band for around 3 years, coming up on my 4th, and for about 2 of those years I've been in a leadership position, and as well I have been in theater for about 1.5 years. But even to some that may not seem like a lot, but I had made some sacrifices to be here and again share the time with you as I have. Again with mock trial. Yes, Virginia was a continuous strain back and forth between mock trial and here, but I'm still here. I forgot to mention, I am going for the role of historian, so I'm going to talk about that now. So, my main reason for going for historian is I've seen what Elena and Nathan Gillenwater have done in years past about how they take care of the YouTube channel with how they do their vlogs and how they do tech talks. I feel like I could add my own personal spice onto that and see where I could go in future years on how I interact with people and how I make these little interviews that Elena has so graciously done. Again, I feel like that preservation of memories and making new ones with more people who do stuff like senior directed 1-acts, as well as other people who may be interviewed. I don't really know about that stuff, but it's more about how I feel like with my past experience with a certain YouTube channel that some of you have looked at before, and doing stuff for the marching band, doing GoPro stuff, we could experiment with that. I could take it in a different direction from where it's been going currently, and with my current knowledge in how I've been doing editing, even though I've only done it personally myself, I have a few great mentors above me that I can possibly look up to and see where they're going and how to take this role further. Essentially, I feel like I can add my own personal touch and see where that brings us from our department, where we have so graciously been and where it will graciously take us to.
Hello, fellow thespians. My name is Taylor Washburn, and I am a rising senior. I have participated in 13 theater productions here at North, and I am running for the 2023-2024 Drama Club Board positions of President, Vice President, and Treasurer. I am in several leadership positions here at North as the leader of FCA and the Society of Women Engineers Club, also known as SWE Next. As the co-founder and leader of SWE Next, I'm well versed in how to lead a group and how to run club meetings. As you may know, I am also already on the drama club board as the treasurer. This job has many responsibilities, including the tasks of collecting money for directors' gifts, paying for angeling, reimbursing officers for drama club expenses, and managing the budget overall. I have been a good steward of this position, as our troupe has been able to plan many fun events, and including the back-to-school picnic, drama club meetings, show parties, and now the gala. The money we raised during the car wash was enough to pay for all of these fun things and still have some more left over for next year's board. My experience as treasurer has prepared me for the office of president. As treasurer, I know exactly when and how the drama club money is being used. This knowledge will allow me to lead the board in planning future events. Through my current position, I also have learned the skills of communication and prioritization, both of which would serve me well as president. I'm extremely passionate about theater, and even more so, this department. Through my involvement in over a dozen WNHS productions, both on and off stage, I have seen the amazing things that can happen when a group of people come together to engage in a shared love of theater. It's a truly magical experience that I have not experienced anywhere else. That's why I work so hard to cultivate a loving theater community and encourage a love of theater among my peers. I understand that with a new director, next year will probably look a little different, but I'm committed to working with that new director, their staff, and the board to create as seamless of a transition as possible. I'm committed to theater, and I'm excited to see where it takes all of us next year. Thank you.